Now let's walk through some simple examples with search queries and enjoy query. The README doc specifies what would be the URL when you boot up your server, a brief description about the filter set and the conditions, and then we have various examples. Now the README doc starts with a very big example, but let's save this for the end. Let's start very simple. Let's take the first example. Here's a request that says, give me all the movies that have both Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio with some selected attributes like movie title, duration, plot, actors. So get me all these fields for movies that have both Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio. Let's execute that query and see what it returns us. Had to send, and here are the two results. It is very quick, and there are two movies, Titanic and Revolutionary Road, with only these attributes that I asked. Cool. Now, if you want to specify movies that has either of those actors, they like the movies, all the movies Kate Winslet did, all the movie Leonardo DiCaprio did, not necessarily the movies they did both together. And you can specify contains simple operator dates contains either. So this will return all the movies that either of the actors did. Um, uh, and that's cool with the simple operator change. If you don't specify any filter set, or you can add more uh, attributes that you want to see. What was the budget, and what was the gross um, uh, income, or how much money did they make? So we added those two attributes also in the response. So it's very easy to work with. The filter set is basically the attributes and the conditions. Let's get some more uh, examples. Movies that have both Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio with all attributes. Basically, they're saying just to remove filter set, and it will give you all the attributes um, for a movie, like language, ambiscure, and all that. Another example, movies that contains either Kate or Leonardo with selected attributes. This we already saw. If we just change a operator to contains either, that will do either of them. Another example, movies of Leonardo DiCaprio that he didn't do with Kate Winslet with selected attributes. Now we want to see only movies of Leonardo DiCaprio that he didn't do with Kate Winslet. So these are very simple conditions. We can specify a first condition and say actor should contain Leonardo DiCaprio and actor should not contain Kate Winslet. The list of actors. So actors, if you see, is a comma separated list of actor names. You say actor should contain Leonardo DiCaprio, but it should not contain Kate Winslet. And we execute this query, you'll get all the movies of Leonardo DiCaprio, but you will not get Titanic because they did that movie together. See, the Titanic and the Revolutionary Road is missing from the list. Let's see another example. Movies of Leonardo DiCaprio that he didn't do with Kate Winslet or Christopher Waltz. Now you can specify more actors, not just one actor. You can specify more actors that he didn't do the movie with. So if you see the first movie, the uh, Unchained, Django Unchained, he did the Christopher Waltz. But if you add that name in not contains list, now we will not get this result back because now we are filtering that the movies of Leonardo which he didn't do with Christopher. So now we don't have that result back. Okay, cool. Let's see movies of Dwayne Johnson that came after 2011. Okay, another simple condition. Let's execute this. Actors should be equal, or you can also specify contains either Dwayne Johnson, and title layer should be greater than 2011. So it will return all the movies of Dwayne Johnson after 2011. Okay. Let's see now movies that came after 2011, but the genre of that movie should be comedy. So comedy movies of Dwayne Johnson that came after 2011. So we'll have to add another condition, say genre should contain either comedy, and let's include genre as well in our filter set so that we have genre also. Now, when we execute that, we'll only get the comedy movies of Dwayne Johnson that he did after 2011. Cool. Now we say either comedy or fantasy. Now it could be either of those movies. So you can say it contains either comedy or fantasy. Contains either comedy or fantasy that he did after 2011. So basically, it's the same list of the movies, comedy and fantasy, or fantasy that he did after 2011. That is Journey to the Mystery Island, Pain and Gain, and Central Intelligence. Now let's see another examples. Comedy plus fantasy. That it should be comedy and fantasy that it did um, after 2011. And it basically, if you see the list, it should only return on the Mystery Island. That has both fantasy and comedy. When you execute the list, you get only this result back. Mystery Island. Okay. Cool, cool. And now for the grand finale, let's have a big query. Let's see what it says. It can be a trivia quiz. Movies of either Tom Hanks or Nick Searcy, which is a color film, whose aspect ratio is 1.85, who was released in USA, with duration greater than 120 minutes. Number of faces in poster were either 1 or 2. Budget was greater than 50 million, which was not directed by Penny Marshall, with content rating not equal to R or restricted, belonging to either drama or action genre, with IMDb score greater than 7, with number of critic reviews greater than 200, released between 2000 and 2005, plot involves Christmas and survival. And yeah, tada, the answer is Castaway. So this is just a one of example that how complex your query can get, how much conditions that you can impose on each and every column, and you don't have to worry about indexes. This is simply superb. Uh, let's copy this request and execute this. So the actor should contain either Tom or Nick. It should be color. Aspect ratio should be 1.85. Country should be USA. Duration greater than 120. Face number in poster should be either equal to 1 or 2. Budget should be greater than 50 million. Director name should not be equal to Penny Marshall. Content rating should not be equal to R. Genre should either contain drama or action. IMDb score should be greater than or equal to 7. Number of critic reviews should be greater than 200. Title year should be between 2000 and 2005. Plot keyword should contain all of them, Christmas and survival. So you see how intuitive these conditions are, how easy they are to build. And if you want more details, you can always go to the deep dive doc and you can select your operations, the operators, and it will give you a very good explanation and examples of what these operators mean, not equal, equal, greater than, between, uh, in the documentation. But they're very intuitive. Um, to write such queries. And when you execute that, tada, you get results so fast, and that is Castaway. You don't have to worry about indexes. The results are super fast. Uh, so it was so fun demonstrating the querying structure in the demo application. And you can write your own queries.